Okay, it has been alleged and reported that according to a page on YouTube on Facebook called Celebrity Blog, that Yakubu Gowon, the former head of state of Nigeria, is dead. They said he died of what, cancer of the urinary system, and it's been reported that he apologized to the Igbos before this is death. Do you have anything to say? Do you think that the Igbos will forgive Yakubu Gowon for everything?
I think for a very long time that speculations keep on coming. It has been reported anyway because it has been missing from public, space for a very long time now. Gowon is not as frequent as used to be because by now, considering the security situation in the country, he would have surfaced in one way or the other, maybe issue statement or visit Asu Rock, or trying to make sure that he get the attention of the federal government over the planned U.S. invasion, or the issue that is attracted the congressmen, having a first-hand information about Christian genocide in Nigeria after meeting with Nihul Ribadu, National Security Advisor to Mr. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Then we have not seen anything like that happen, and this Christmas carol planned, we don't see Gowon them and the rest of them attended or shortlisted, So there are a lot of speculations around that, and the facts remain that where he is now, as of Saturday, the news spread, that the former head of state, General Yakubu Gowon, alleged to have been, passed on, whether dead or alive. But it's something we need to talk about because we understand clearly what Gowon actually represents to Nigeria and what it represents to the Igbo Biafras, and what it represents to the outside world, and his position, that has kept his decision, that has, put Nigeria in a situation that is very, very, dangerous currently now, talking about the unity of Nigeria. You can recall, Gowon at a different time, at a different point, has, pretentiously, yes, let me just say, even though, tendered his unreserved apology to the Igbos, even without, showing deep remorse. Up to today, Igbos are calling for a proper, conference where Gowon will tender an apology to the Igbos, and of course, explain what actually transpired during the Nigerian Biafran War. Well, that is what is happening in London today. We have not been able to get official, report from the family considering the situation, but the rumor have it that he must have passed on. They might not quickly want to respond to that because the London clinic has reported where he was, being admitted for cancer related urinary illness. Yes, I think the one should be about 90 or 90 plus, would have, after so much trial and error, and that news having that he actually maybe passed on, or was still alive, or was still there, or just incapacitated, But from findings where we are getting, on the issue, it was discovered that there was a secret, memo reported to have been written by the former head of state, General Yakubu Gowon, stating his position that there's no need of this continuous unity of Nigeria, citing the radical Islamic terror attack on the position of the Middle Belters, killing and maiming and destruction of Christians. Currently now, over 600,000 Christians has been killed as a result of Nigerian unity. And secondly, the over 18,000 18,000 churches has been burnt in that regard, making it look as if, it was, yes, clearly a factor of Christian genocide. If you look at the convention, UN convention on what genocide is all about, it means that genocide has actually been committed in Nigeria in that regard, that attracted, but these are the things that was centered on what Gowon was supposed to have done at Benicio to understand clearly, what actually triggered that war. But unfortunately, Gowon has lost Middle Belt to Islamists now. And the funniest thing about it, why the Middle Belters, have rejected him, is because he has not been able to come out and defend the so-called agenda that is going on. He believed that it is too late, that he can no longer stand the compromise he would have reached with Fulani as at that time, and of course the British government as at that time, who manipulated that process now. So he feel otherwise, that Gowon is totally overwhelmed, feel betrayed, feel disgraced, looked down, confused. This is not what we actually agreed with Fulanis and of course the British government. Why is the British government is silent over the killing of Middle Belters and Christians in Nigeria? Gowon asked himself a lot of questions, and this was a powerful or a pen down. Has been reported that in that memo he said there's no need of continuous unity, and that Ojukwu Nnamdi Kanu was actually right. Well, that's from the position of millions of Middle Belters who has faced radical Islamic attacks over the years, which has been proved to be real. Forget what the Bishop of Bishop Matthew Kuka was talking about. I think he has sent an apology in that regard, whether he's been led or he's been confused, or as a result of appointment given to him that has made him to wobble, or in saying the truth or standing for his people. The same thing. I do not know why the Middle Belt leaders, are always afraid to confront the truth, are always afraid of the Fulanis. People are beginning to wonder what's actually going on. Why is Gowon not speaking up to this moment, that the entire Middle Belters has half of them are in IDP camps, and the rest of them are still keep quiet? Then that's why they are saying that the leaders of Middle Belt does not send him. They don't want him. Whether he's dead or alive is not none of their business. It is the responsibility of those who connive with the Islamic Fulani North and the British government, to ignite that unnecessary war, and make sure they are able to achieve their aim. But unfortunately, they never knew that the Igbo Biafrans, or the Biafrans themselves, cannot be Islamized. But the problem that is happening in Nigeria now, the division we are experiencing in Nigeria, was actually caused by Gowon. For instance, the issue of Niger Delta, the issue of South today. You can see what is happening in Anioma. You can see the kind of thing, that these people has planted in the hearts of these people. Nigeria can never be well with this kind of situation that Fulani Gowon actually participated and created everywhere. There's no unity in Nigeria. So when the news break out, yes, we might not be able to give you, what actually the memo that Gowon wrote is all about. But we are giving you an insight that, of course, that they should forget every plan about Islamizing Biafra, carrying out the Islamic agenda on Biafra. That's what Gowon is talking, whether it is it's going to be revealed later or not. But he has written a secret memo concerning the unity of Nigeria, that this unity can no longer stand, and that Biafrans cannot be Islamized. That's what we are hearing. That was Gowon's last memo to Asurok. But let us see, as the development, we keep it bringing developments surrounding his death report, or in London currently now. So, but I can tell you in honest truth, that Gowon in himself currently now have regretted every action because there's no how.
You think that his village, we know that for a fact that his village in Plateau is under attack, and there's just like you said, there's a plan to Islamize the people there in Plateau State. Do you not think some people say the UK was the one that convinced him or confused him, to disregard that agreement they had in Aburi Accord, himself and Ojukwu? Do you think that the UK or the Britain are the one that confused him?
Of course, definitely the UK government actually played a role in that regard very clearly, even though he wouldn't want to pretend about it, because Gowon would not say with all his entourage there at Aburi, that he didn't understand what that Aburi agreement accord was all about. He understood very well. But remember, after signing that agreement, it was when he came back to Nigeria that he reneged, meaning that a lot of things would have gone underground, and to a point that he started saying, no, I cannot be part of this, agreement anymore. There was something that was actually played on the background, But now, now that his region has fallen into this agenda, Islamic agenda, totally collapsing, and like Ranimo said, that what he saw in the Middle Belt is not something that he can ever forget in his lifetime. Telling you there is more that the Nigerian government are not even making public concerning the situation in Middle Belt. And Gowon knows about it. But people are saying that he is incapacitated, he cannot speak, his health has deteriorated to that point, and maybe that is actually what is triggering that he died in London hospital, or that, and all some of them, and then some of his last memo, some of the things he said, that he still insists in that secret memo, there's no need of continued unity, Islamization, that is barely impossible because of the global and world support the Igbos has gone generated or has gotten all over the world now, so that they should forget about that plan and look elsewhere, possibly total disintegration of Nigeria. And that's the position from what we are hearing in the secret memo that maybe have sent to government agencies, which they have actually kept secretly. With that rally more coming to Nigeria, we wouldn't have known the situation in Benue currently now, or we wouldn't have known now there are thousands of IDP camps in Benue, but the government kept it secret. Yes, and his region is still under attack today, But Gowon is afraid to reveal the secret of his deal within the Fulanis that are killing his people now. No, but he's telling them now, the Fulanis or the world or the global world, that they should forget about, or the Arab world, or they should forget anything about, Islamizing Biafrans or Igbo Biafrans for now, that it cannot be possible anymore. It cannot work again because the supposed globalization, because of the supposed popularity, because of the agitation of Biafra that has, gone viral all over the world now, that it can no longer, be possible. And with that too, you can see clearly that he has a lot of things that he is going to carry, bottled up in his heart and in his secret write-ups, of what actually transpired that he doesn't want to expose. But I can tell you, quote and unquote, there's a deep regret, Gowon's deepest regret, over his alleged death or alive in London hospital. And that is what we are talking about. We are looking at it from that angle. What will be going on in the mind of Gowon now in the Nigeria he fought for has finally come to a boiling point where the whole world has planned, looking at, that this unity can no longer, continue. And in his own mind and the secret memo he has dished out, it looks as if, yes, he's just telling the Arab world and Islamic agenda power brokers in Nigeria to forget the continuation of that plan, that it can no longer work. Well, whether the former head of state is alive or dead, our best wishes for him is to come out and tell us the real reason why he actually, derailed from that accord agreement. Thank you.